Okay, so I'm going to go through page by page since this is a little bit longer, but here's page 1 of your review packet. So number 1, if we want to find the x-intercepts, remember when we're finding x-intercepts, we want to cover up and then divide. So if we look at A, we have 4x plus 8y equals negative 16. So to find the x-intercept, we're going to cover up the y, we're going to ignore it, and then we'll solve this one-step equation. So we'll divide each side by 4, which tells us that our x-intercept, right, we're ignoring this, is negative 16 divided by 4, which gives us negative 4. For B, we will do the same thing. So we'll say 2x plus y equals 8. We'll cover up, we'll divide by 2. All right, again, we're ignoring this, so that says x equals 4. Okay, for number 2, we're going to do the exact same idea, but we're going to cover up and ignore the x because we want to find the y. So if I ignore this, right, I need to keep the addition sign that tells me it's positive. So I'm going to divide by positive 8, so y equals negative 2. On B, again, another one, we're looking for the y-intercept, so I'm ignoring the x. I'm dividing by 1, but this just tells me, right, y equals 8. Number 3 asks to find the slope and the y-intercept. So this is in the form y equals mx plus b. So m is going to be 2, and b is going to equal 3. So we would want to pick b. Number 4, to find the slope, we need to solve for y. We need to be in slope-intercept form, and this currently is not in slope-intercept form. So to solve for y, remember we're going to subtract 4x from each side. So that says negative 3y equals a negative 4x plus 9. And we'll divide by negative 3 in all 3 places. And that says y equals, a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so 4/3 x minus 3. So again, y equals mx plus b form tells us that our slope, or our m, is 4/3, and our b is negative 3. Number 5, if we want to find the slope, that means we're going to use our slope formula, which says y2 minus y1. So we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we'll get negative 9 over 2, which is C. 6, if we want to graph, y equals 2x plus 4, right? We would go down to 4, up. We'd go on the y-axis to 4 and then up 2 over 1. So it does not have an undefined slope. It has a slope of 2. It's not a vertical line. It does not have a slope of 4, but it does have a y-intercept, or a b of 4. Seven, what would be the first thing you would do to graph y equals 3x minus 5? The first thing we would do is go to our y-intercept of negative 5. So we would go down 5. Number 8, if we want the equation of the line that has the following true about it, so an m equals 4 and a b equals negative 2. When we're given m and b, we know we can plug into y equals mx plus b form. So y equals 4x. You could say plus negative 2 or minus 2. Again, you'd have to just find that in multiple choice. Number 9 asks us to write the equation of the line that will pass through this point and have this slope. So we're given a point and a slope, which means we want to plug into point slope form. Right, you can get that on the photocopied side of your reference sheet. So we would say y minus our y coordinate is negative 5 equals m, which is negative 3, times x minus 2, because 2 is our x coordinate. We need to get this in the correct format, so we need to solve. 2 negatives, right, make a positive. We'll subtract the 5 from each side, so we'll get y equals a negative 3x plus 1. Okay, number 10, we need to write the equation in slope-intercept form. which means, again, we are going to plug into point slope form. But before we can plug into point slope form, we need to find the slope. So just like we did up here for 5 to find the slope, right? We'll have an x1, y1, and an x2, y2. So we'll take 7 minus 8 over 2 minus 4. And 2 negatives make a positive. Then we will pick one of our points, and we will plug into point slope form, that same formula we used up here. So we'll say y minus, the y coordinate is 8, equals 1/2 times x minus the x coordinate, which is 4. We need to distribute for slope-intercept form. And then undo subtracting 8 by adding 8. And we'll get y equals 1/2 x plus 6. Okay, if you want to see page 2, click on the next video.